For the longest time, people were gripped by the conquest for the Northwest Passage. Not so much because of what we might find there, but because of what it seemed to say about the human spirit. It was more than just a matter of simple geography, but a place where human character was forged and strengthened, and where cultural and technological progress were useless without fortune and courage. And there is perhaps no human spirit greater than that of the people who choose to call this harsh and unforgiving terrain their home. In Greenland, even the dogs are built to defy the freezing temperatures that define the island. Their thick fur and sturdy build allow them to withstand temperatures as low as -40 degrees Celsius. And the candy-coloured houses, splashed with bright hues of reds, greens, yellows, and even purple, seem to say, "You may take away the warmth, you may take away the sun, but you will never take the light that shines inside of us." There was one thing in the Arctic that explorers feared above all else: ice. Wouldn't they be astounded to know the conditions that once fueled their nightmares have become a playground for our zodiacs? At the foot of Eternity Glacier, we bobbed beneath the shadow of age-old cliffs as clouds of black-legged kittiwakes danced overhead. Even their chicks had grown old enough to take flight. Now, after an indulgent breeding season, we can only assume that they were bidding us adieu before fleeing the pending ice, destined to spend their lives chasing the summer sun. Or maybe they were simply avoiding little predators sneaking through the lime grass on shore. In a few short weeks, no signs of life will remain here, and a silence will overcome this expanse of sculpted mountains and glaciers frozen mid-flow. But while the midnight sun still reigns supreme, nature finds the courage to rebel against the cold. Tucked away on Greenland's west coast, around 200 kilometers north of the Arctic Circle, is the unassuming fishing town of Ilulissat. But it is not known for its fish. The name directly translates to icebergs in Greenlandic, which, to all who visit, seems to be the obvious choice for this little Arctic town. Fed by the fastest moving glacier in the world, the fjord is laden with ancient icebergs. The UNESCO Heritage Site is truly one of the finest open-air galleries our planet has to offer. Stoic, silent, each individual ice sculpture was carefully carved by the hands of Mother Nature herself. They are unique in their size, surface and shape, unveiling only 10% of their full character. You can almost feel their souls as you float beneath their watchful gaze. It is a melancholic experience, weaving between these mountains of ice. For how could such mighty beings be destined to melt into the sea? But like the birds, it was time for us to leave. Instead of south, we set sail west in the wake of early explorers. Since the Yoa's completion of the passage in 1906, only 392 vessels have transited the infamous Northwest Passage before us. Against all odds, Inuit communities still cling to the frigid coastline, where they have watched for centuries as ships tried and failed to navigate the waters they know like the backs of their hands. Cambridge Bay, Pond Inlet, Joa Haven, Woollikaktuk. These communities warmly shared songs and stories of their sub-zero lives. It is a feat in itself how the Inuit thrive in these lands where so many have perished. Their resilience and their strength are remarkable. But perhaps most remarkable of all is the culture's persistent joy in spite of the bleak and barren lands where they so readily reside. The Northwest Passage is undoubtedly laden with grief and hardship, but the Inuit who reside here are defined by a stubborn resilience and the remarkable capacity to overcome, a hard people who defy the dark winters with laughter. There is something to be said about the people who choose to navigate through the Northwest Passage. Not only is it one of the most inaccessible places on Earth, but the journey is long, hard, and a dangerous undertaking. With so little ship traffic, our knowledge of what lies beneath these waters is scant at best. And the same can be said for land, sometimes a full 4 miles from the safety of our ship. And yet, every day we faced its challenges together. Friendships were forged and memories were made as we trudged through boggy tundra and splashed over tumultuous waters in pursuit of the wonders of the Arctic. And as all true explorers will know, it is only once we reach that point where our luxury cruise ship becomes dwarfed by the vast expanse of sea and sky that true magic starts to reveal itself. Perhaps it is the quilt of autumn colours carpeting the floor of Edinburgh Island, showcasing plant life like birch trees, bogberries and vareberries. Or perhaps it is the view from the top of a mountain, illuminating landscapes that are akin to Mars. And then, sometimes, perhaps the Arctic offers us a rare gift. When Roald Amundsen realized that he had successfully navigated through the Northwest Passage, he wrote, "My boyhood dream, at that moment, was accomplished." A strange feeling welled up in my throat. I was somewhat overstrained and worn. It was a weakness in me, but I felt tears in my eyes. It is only through the experiences here, at the edge of the earth, that we can truly understand our place in this world. For centuries, the Arctic has remained unchanged. True to its nature, it is a land frozen in time. But there is no doubt the Arctic has changed something inside each and every one of us. And while it is unlikely that we will return to this remote archipelago, there is no doubt its lessons will linger in our memories for years to come.